This is the Newzchain Podcast, and today we are counting down our top 7 most inspirational questions from our recent episode. We had a chat about the same thing that you were supposed to go to Kanpur.
So we are done. So 29th, 30th, we were there.
How was the student response? Did someone approach you in terms of employment and?
So this I think at the first time it was not much of a student to student. It was more of a professor and the government of India representatives, directors from science and technologies representative. So it is more about launching this six cohort six in this. It was more about what we are building and what kind of solution government is looking out for. Where can we collaborate, can we collaborate, because cybersecurity is something that government prefers indigenously product. So in a blockchain they have shortlisted us. So for somebody into VAPT they have shortlisted somebody. For telecom security they have shortlisted. So at present government is using some services of India, like Israel and the US.
How to deal with the intimidation, because there's a sense of that, like even as you grow up, the government tenders, you shouldn't do that. There's a lot of compliances to follow up with, and like other regulatory things that come into effect. So yeah.
So I accept your point that there are a lot of compliances, regulations, and a tender that government runs. Even Karnataka government has something very similar. They call it call for proposal, wherein a startup can apply and become a part of their vendor for certain specific requirement, whichever they are catering into. This is tedious. I think there needs to be a work from the government. It cannot be as complicated as it is for an enterprise level company, because there you have a legal team, there you have a finance team, you have a different people looking after different verticals, a law team, correct? But in startup there are like 5-10 people and they are doing all the works. So it is difficult, and but it doesn't mean that they are not encouraging you. With time we expect that government should make it easy for startup to get enrolled itself as a vendor into their department, whichever department they need help with. So our personal experience has been good, and wherever there is a challenge they have some bodies to help you out. However, we cannot generalize it. There is a scope for improvement.
We were just talking about the ecosystem of Bangalore and how it might have helped you. Another factor that comes in is leveraging the local talent. Right? So, how have you been doing that? Being in Bangalore.
That's a very interesting point. Local talent, and this talent is into every space. So Bangalore is one of the city in India, I believe, which can give you all kind of talent, be it a cybersecurity talent or a blockchain specific talent or a front end or a full stack. So on a tech side you get all the talents, and that too available everywhere. So it's not that something that you have to die for it and you don't get it. So on that part we are sorted. On the other side, you see, because of the startup culture in Bangalore across all the industry, you have a lot of marketing, growth, sales, marketing automation, PR talent available. So that makes a very good mix of talents which is needed to complement a business, like complementary talent. Let's call it a tech product, on the other side business and growth, and then the support talent. uh, we have not found any difficulty so far in terms of talent crunch in Bangalore, and we love it. We put one post about we are hiring, and I can't tell you, on an average I get 1,000 people sending and DMing me directly saying that we are in, can we talk, and we have a discussion. That gives us a lot of encouragement, and we have to filter out that okay, who are the creams that we are looking out for. A, B, who can we afford? We are a startup. Who can we afford? B, C, who are here for a serious business, like for a long time. There are 2-3 combinations that we work out, and on the basis of that we take a call. So the system is the ecosystem of Bangalore for getting a good talent is quite supportive.
And that's good to hear, like encouraging local hires instead of, like looking for someone online and, like the way things can be. It's quite important.
We are not against a decentralized work space also. We being a decentralized company, we encourage that, but at the same time you get it from your city, so all is good for you.
Can you walk me through the initial steps to acquire your first funds for the operations and hiring?
So what we did is, if you ask me about, particularly from a SecureDApp perspective, there are three things through which we have funded our company. A is of course a bootstrap money from both the founders. B is the customer capital. So we have some customers, and of course to do their work we charge them. So that capital again gets into the business to pay whatever, be it ops or finance or a tech team. B and C is because of the product that we have built and displayed at a very right forum. We have also won some grants. So far the journey has been funded by three: customer capital, in founders capital, and grants.
So, who do you see as your main competitor within this, right? And how does SecureDApp like differentiate itself from them?
So, Akshay, there are companies which is into blockchain cybersecurity. Without naming them, I'll tell you what do they do, so you will understand. There are company which are into smart contract auditing, but they do it manually. The world's best is doing it manually. So this is where we differentiate. We have taken a product based approach. I am not relying on a developer or a auditor or a blockchain this uh, what developer to audit somebody's project. I rely on my project. I have a IP. So that's where we differentiate. Second, there are products into Web3, very companies who are trying to work out a real-time threat intelligence and modeling product, which is our second product, which we aim. We believe that in a month's time that should also be up and running. So with that product, what is happening at real time with your project, within your transactions, you will be able to know that, and it will not only help you monitor it, it will also help you in mitigating the problems. So then and there you take a call that is it a right thing, is it a right transaction, is it a right, somebody's trying to get into my codes, should I allow, I should not allow, whatever. So it will tell you in a dashboard. So that's also one of the product based approach into security. Very soon we will also be coming with a third product which is into forensic. So once a scam has already happened, now you go to a police and you file an FIR. What do? They rely on Israeli and the US companies at this point of time. Now they need some software to trace the destination wallet which has been ultimate beneficiary of the scam, or the nodes that it has gone through, or the path that it has followed during the scam. We would be building into that space. So we are differentiating ourselves on the basis of product. We rely very less on manual audit. However, we are not against it. There are complex logics which needs manual intervention. We are also doing that.
So, from what I hear, you have like a good good dynamic growth in your user base, and you're getting strong feedback, which makes me wanna ask you like, how does SecureDApp maintain its edge in smart contract audit market based on that?
So the audit market is one part of that, and that's where you have to keep building your product from. So there is a product which does a static analysis. There are product which does a dynamic analysis. There are product which does your compiler update, and there are some product which does your visibility checking. What we keep doing is we try to train our AI model called Solidity Shield with all that. So as long as we keep training it, I believe we will be able to maintain that. On the second side, when our product is not able to identify some vulnerabilities or a bug in your code, at least it red flags it to us internally saying that this is suspicious. I've not been able to identify, and we understand that manually and train it. So this is a process wherein it learns on its own, but if it doesn't, then we train it after learning that module and that bugs, because every day there is a new vulnerability or a scam coming, and there is a different approach of getting you into your contract comes from scammers. So we have to keep training our product.
So another thing that I came across while like reading upon SecureDApp was there had been an introduction of SAS pricing model for smart contract audits, right? Which honestly seems like a game changer from whatever understanding I have for Web3. How do you anticipate this impacting SecureDApp market research?
This is where we struggled. In fact, when you talk to me about SaaS pricing model, 6 months it took us for to work out with the payment gateway aggregators, because everybody feels that you are a crypto company and you do not deserve a payment gateway for any SaaS price based model. We had our lawyers, we had a discussion with a few of the major payment gateways, and somehow we have been able to make them understand that irrespective of what you do, you need a payment gateway. And this payment gateway is not primarily for a, we are not against a crypto payment, by the way, let me tell you. But all I'm saying is, if there is a SaaS model, across the world can choose a plan. Now how do we do that? We have three plans. First is a freemium. I want you to come and scan your project, don't pay me, just at least one scan, you can get to know what are the problems, go and fix it before you deploy it. The second product comes called Prime. You come and choose a plan which suits your project and then go for a scanning. Then Premium. And of course, the enterprise level, wherein we customize the pricing for you, understand your requirement, and take a hybrid approach of auditing. SaaS is the future. Do not make or do not let your customers be dependent on you if you want to scale at speed.